Hello everyone. Stock market was very volatile last week and the week before. It is due to a lot of geopolitical instability between the war between Iran and United States and a bunch of new microeconomic data that came along. So one day market is down huge, and when it good news comes regarding the war, the market really bounces up. And also a upcoming meeting coming up with the Federal Reserve on June 17th. So we'd like to discuss what should be the right way to go forward so that your portfolio is protected and you can make some money. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is just my views about what I see in the market, and I also do some investments. Please do consult your financial advisor before you make any financial decisions. And if you like this video, I would appreciate if you please subscribe and hit a like button. Since this AI stock, Broadcom, it's a big company. After the earnings came, the earning was good, but everything is all the investors wants perfect, basically the earnings, but the market fell down a lot. And soon after that, another set of microeconomic data regarding the payroll numbers came up, showing that more number of people are hired, 172,000 than what expected, and the unemployment numbers remain steady at 4.3%. Market completely sold off big. Like a Nasdaq market went down about 4.2%. Probably market is scared that the upcoming interest rate cut is not going to happen because the labor market is very strong, and the rate cuts is going to be less likely. And in the meantime, President Trump also warned that he's going to be attacking Iran. So the probability of having a deal between Iran and United States, it looked far away, and that is why the deal is not going to go through. And whenever the deal doesn't go through, the oil market starts spiking up, and whenever the oil market goes up, especially the 10-year interest rates, the bonds also starting selling, and the yield starts spiking, reaching around 4.5%. So market sold even more next day. But another set of economic data came along regarding the consumer price index, where the Bureau of Labor Statistics indicated that the inflation actually went up significantly higher to 4.2% from what it was 3.8% in the month of April. So for the month of May, it went to 4.2%, a huge jump. And most of it is basically came from the energy sector, mostly oil price, gasoline, diesel, etc. Uh, Without this, the volatile uh, energy and food, the core CPI, it was pretty mute, 2.9% as expected. But most of this increase in the CPI is been contributed by this energy. And in fact, the energy subscribed about 40% up from the CPI number, and the food and energy was also spiked up. And all these energy related refined crude oil, those prices gone up, and then jet fuel. So all these tickets for traveling, taking airline tickets, these numbers have gone significantly higher, but the other numbers are pretty stable. So but the bond market crossed 4.5%. The moment it reaches 4.5% or higher, it seems like the stock market doesn't like that and start to sell off big time. But soon after that, microeconomic data, President Trump also announced that he's going to have a deal, a very likely deal is going to happen over this weekend. Um, and then he decided not to attack Iran all of a sudden. And soon after that, on Friday, on the May 12th, market sort of very fast within a couple of minutes. So basically, like what really is happening that the oil price dropped $3-4 per barrel. The West Texas and the Brent oil, the futures. So basically, whenever the President Trump says something regarding the possibility of a deal with Iran, the oil come down. That the 10-year interest rate also came down below 4.5%, and the market spiked up. So in this volatility environment, we have a upcoming meeting of the first newly elected Fed President Kevin Walsh. He's been nominated by President Trump that he is going to be holding his first meeting, and the markets are eagerly waiting what he's going to be like saying, because this is his first meeting. President Trump wants these interest rates to be low, but I think Kevin Wiles, during his nomination, he said that he's going to be independent. He's not going to be influenced by government comments or what President Trump may want it. So, and in previously also during COVID time or earlier, basically like he did not support interest rate cuts. So it remains to be seen what he's going to be doing during his meeting. In terms of there is a website CME tracker for the futures interest rates. So seems like the interest rates is not going to be move much. The probability is really low of the interest rate moving. It's like around 96% remaining the same, 94% the other way. But in the future, like in a couple of months from now, in December, if you look into it, it seems like there's a good chance of there could be a interest rate hike. The market was expecting interest rate coming down, but instead of that, because of high inflation environment, interest rate could instead going up. It's about 40% going up higher than basically like where current the probability is. So in this case, so there are three ways, right? Interest rate can come down. Seems like it's not going to happen in this June meeting, or it's going to remain normal, remain the same interest rates. But in the future, there's a good possibility, at least some amount of 40-50% chance of going interest rate higher. So in that case, what might happen? Generally speaking, in this high interest environment, all this basically like growth stocks, they tend to sell off, but this value stock, they become more preferred. So currently, market has gained a lot, especially the growth stocks along basically like the AI stocks, or these memory stocks like Microns, SanDisk. Nvidia hasn't gone nowhere, or the material applied materials, or the energies like data center build outs, those kind of things. And also large huge IPO was came up, SpaceX. This Friday, they raised about $2 trillion. The starting price was $1.35, but the market went up about 25%. So the IPO went well. And a lot of new IPOs are coming in, the Anthropic IPOs or OpenAI, those large, or Google maybe raising more bond issuance. So a lot of these high flower stocks has been sold out, and people have been investing in this alternative upcoming IPOs. So this remains to be seen what can happen. So in the meantime, you could basically see in this coming environment. Please watch from what President Kevin Walsh commentary. I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, properly hedge your portfolio, and then, or if you see basically big sell-off happens, see if you could buy something in the dips and do some dollar cost averaging, and make sure you can generate some additional profits to your portfolio, or rebalance your portfolio based on growth and value stocks. In the meantime, please subscribe the channel and hit the like button if you like this video, and thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.